orientation. Okay. Oops. Is this thing on? Okay. Orientation is rotate back. I can't see. Oh, I can't see. Is that on? Why it seems like it's so dark? I can't tell if this is on. Hopefully it is. It's hard to see. It's kind of dark on my phone. Hopefully, maybe someone's there can hear me or not. Hopefully. But anyways, so tonight I'm going to try and make two different cards if I have the time. But the first card, hello. Oh, okay. So can you hear me? Actually, it's kind of hard to tell. Hopefully you can hear me. So tonight I'm going to be making a card, well, a background by using just a simple stamp from one of the Brutus Monroe stamp set, and this is the stamp set I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be using this pretty like floral arrangement from the set here, and I'm going to be stamping it to make a fun background to show you how easy it is to use one simple stamp to make a nice pretty card. So what I try to do is I try to pre-cut things because my area I'm working on making it a little more live friendly, so it's a little small. So I'm pre-cut some of the things to kind of make things a little easier and to where it's not quite as like messy, I should say. So what I'm going to be using, I'm going to be taking the Brutus Monroe Detail Ink in Raven Black, and I'm going to be using this to stamp this beautiful floral, like, I don't know, arrangement, sort of like a grass, and it has some stems and stuff. Very, very pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it here first. Make sure it's nice and good. Alright, so I'm going to stamp it again. I'm actually going to be stamping this 4 times around the, I guess, top and bottom portion of the card to make a sort of like, I guess, background. Just going to stamp this again. And I would have used my Misty, but it takes up like a lot of room, so kind of makes it a little difficult. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to turn this over. And this ink works so well. I just love it. I really like how black it comes out on the paper when you stamp it. It's very nice and crisp and clean. I'm going to stamp this again right here at the edge. And I'm not stamping like at the very, very edge. As you can see here, I'm just leaving sort of a little like gap or space there. There we go. And you can see you don't even really need a Misty to do it because this ink works so well. You know, you ink it up one good time. You don't need to keep inking it and inking it and inking it. You get a very good, nice impression the very first time you ink. Unless you happen to mess up or something, which is possible. But for the most part, you get a very nice, clean impression every time you use this detail ink from Brutus Monroe. Like I said, it's very pretty black. Okay, so now that I've got that stamped, I'm going to be coloring it in using my Copics. I'm going to be using YG07, YG23, YG17, and G28. For some reason, that's just my favorite green color for some reason. I don't know. I just like how it looks all together. So I'm just going to color my leaves on these flowers. And always leave like a little bit of white sometimes. It kind of just gives it a nice little look. Hopefully you guys can't hear the exercise music. My daughter is playing loudly back there. They can never seem to listen to you when you ask them, you know, be quiet, can you not disturb me? You know, they just seem to do their own thing anyway. Kids for you, right? Okay, so I'm just going to get this all colored up. And this is the YG07 that I am using first. And what's nice is, you know, you can kind of use this even though there's not like grass everywhere. You can kind of color it in different places, add a different, you know, tones of green, which will make it look like some nice, pretty grass. And when I really like greens for some reason, especially this color, I like the brights. Ooh, I almost colored my flower green. But when I do that, okay, just gonna get this all colored up. Hopefully everybody is having a nice Thursday night before Friday. I cannot wait for the weekend. It's a really tough day at work. I got a nice promotion at work, but of course, when you get promotions, you kind of get a lot of headaches as well. Sometimes I wonder if it was even worth it. And it's taken away from my scrapbooking time, which I don't personally care for. But hey, what can you do? What does it say? My kids seem to always get... Oh yeah, every time you tell them to be quiet, it seems like they want to get louder. And it seems like they do it on purpose. On purpose. My daughter will just, all of a sudden, she's just making all these noises and stuff. I swear, I have a 2-year-old grandson. My daughter at the moment is staying with me. So I think she's louder than she is at times. I can wake up on a Saturday morning and she's talking at the top of her lungs. For whatever reason, I have no idea, except just to irritate me. Why is this thing doing that? Oops. Uh-oh. Oops. Can't see her. Sometimes this thing does weird stuff. Okay, let me just get this all colored more. And this is such, I love this image. I like the leaves. I'm a leaf person for some reason. I just like the way certain leaves look and everything. I like to color. I'm a good floral person, I think. I like flowers. I usually will buy like fresh flowers from the store just to kind of put them in my kitchen just to brighten things up. Flowers make everything pretty, don't they? At least I think so. I'm adding the YG17 to add a little bit darker tone to my leaves. Color the grass. Oops, I missed a petal. Right there. And this stamp set comes with a lot of different little images that you can use. A lot of people sometimes get stumped on like what to do with sort of the, random images that you may get in a set. But you would be surprised that, you know, you can take a simple flower like this or like that one and bunch them together, stamp them all in a circle to make, you know, just an interesting little design on your paper and stuff. Every little image that you have on here, you can use for something to make some kind of pretty card with. You just kind of have to think outside of the box, which is something I've been trying to do a little bit. I missed a petal almost on every one, haven't I? Yes, I have. I guess I can't see too well. Okay, just add more of this color here. I don't know if you've seen some of the... Geez, I missed 2 petals on that one. It's because it's kind of small. Let's get this colored up. And like I said, I like to leave a little bit of just the white, you know, and everybody's different. Everybody's different in how they color stuff. And there is no right or wrong. There is no set way you have to do anything. And I'm almost positive my grandson is knocking on the door. Either it's my grandson or my dog. It's possibly my dog. So my dog follows me everywhere in the house. Okay, now I'm going to be using G28 to darken it up. Yes, all the different flowers and all the different styles that you get on this makes this set just, I just absolutely love it. And I like, it's kind of hard to explain, but like the way the flowers are drawn, like this leaf here, it's just, I don't know, maybe the look is a very bold look, maybe is the right word, but I really love the way these flowers in this set are drawn. Yes, very nice. Let's see. And then once I'm done with adding like the darker green, I'll take the YG23 to kind of just brighten it all up and really kind of make it blend out a little better. So, and this is, I believe, my third live. So I am getting a little better with it. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. When I first signed up, I was like, oh my God, I cannot actually believe I volunteered to do that. You know, I was ready to back out, but I was like, you know what? Maybe there was a reason for that. I need to get over my fear of how I sound, because I feel like I sound very squeaky or something, or either my voice is hard. I just hate how I sound, probably because my son and my daughter, when they would stand here like I'm not paying attention, they're listening to me, they're back there just cracking up like it's just a funny thing in the world, but whatever. Don't knock it till you try it, right? Hi, how are you? It's so hard to see. I don't know why I can't hardly see the messages on here, so I don't reply. It's not that I am ignoring you. It's hard to see my phone for some reason. The screen is like dark. I don't know what happened, but it's really hard to see. So if I don't acknowledge you, I'm not ignoring you. It's that it's hard for me to read and see. Okay, almost done. And I just kind of flick the color on and see. I really like how it looks. So now I'm going to take my YG23 and blend it all together here, just to kind of get the color to all kind of mesh together a bit. And the YG23 has a bit of a, I don't know, like a bright, I think, yellowy color to it, so it kind of brightens it up a bit. That's what I like about it, kind of softens some of the darker color a little bit with the yellow green look of this. I actually need to refill some of my Copics. I'm very terrible about taking care of my pens, so I don't clean them like I should and refill them on time like I should. So a lot of times I'll pull it out and it's like dry. And you know, these pens cost way too much money for you to not pay attention to them. And they work so well. I love these pens. Not the greatest Copic colorer, but these pens can make almost anybody look like they're professional. Okay. There. And see, that's all nice and colored up, nice and pretty. And what I like to do too is I add these. In the last video I tried, I didn't know where I put my little white gel pens, but I found it this time. So I like to add like little, like small dots. But I'm so heavy-handed, some of my dots come out like really big and blotchy. Just add some like small little speckles, and then you add like little white speckles from your gel pen, and it sort of makes it look like it sparkles or it's sparkly. It's actually really cool. I'll actually show you, see how I put that. I don't know if you can see that really good. When you're done, then you wipe the tip off. Add the white gel pen speckles with the dots you just did, and you kind of make a big X like this. And then it looks like, maybe hard to see, but it looks like, it just looks like it sparkles or something. It looks like, it's cool looking, really cool looking. I saw this, I can't remember, somebody else saw this, but a lot of people do this. And it really, really is pretty when you take the picture of your card. It really does make it look different. And I'm almost positive that's my dog demanding to get in the door because he's getting louder and louder. It's my older dog. He's getting really old, getting so sad. He's over 10. So, when they get that age, you worry about them passing. Okay, so I'm going to add some more polka dots to my green leaf here. Polka dots. And you can just add this sparingly. It's not like you're trying to add the dots to everything. It's just kind of sparingly. Like I said, then you sort of just make a big X in certain places, or a slash, I'm going to do this on this side well, and you can see it. Hopefully you can see it, but it just really makes it look really cool. I love it. I do it all the time now. Not all the time, I should say. Because nobody does something all the time. But I'm going to add this to the bigger images, or the bigger leaves, because you can see it a little better. But maybe some of these here, and some little speckles here. I think I hear my dog scratching. Or she's scratching herself. So, oops, wrong thing. And I'm going to add some of my white, and this is a whatever, just simple white gel pen. Any white gel pen will do. I never used a paint pen, but it might work well. You just want it to have a very fine tip, and you want to make the dots as small as possible so that they're not, because it's supposed to be like a subtle look, I should say. Okay. About that. Someone calling my phone. Okay, that's finished. Cool. Now, I'm going to be coloring my flowers. And the color combinations for this, I'm going to be using RV69, RV66, and RV63. I'm going to start with my darker color first, just towards the bottom, because I figure the sun's kind of just shining directly on everything. I'm going to take the RV66 to blend out the RV69. And there's no, with Copics, a lot of people color from, light to dark or dark to light. I can definitely say I switch it up every time. There's no certain way that I do it. Sometimes I'm light to dark. I think it depends on the image, because I tend to do better with bigger or images. So a lot of people color, really nice. Okay, see? Nice and simple. You can see the blend. And I'm going to color these flowers over here. Let's add a little, oh, I forgot my little polka dot things. Okay. Take my RV66, and I'm going to blend this out. Blend, 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 blend. Oops, I forgot that one. Let me color my lid too. I think these are tulips, right? Yeah, positive. They gotta be tulips. I don't think they're roses. And now I'm gonna blend it all out with the RV63, the lighter color in the group. Doing with Copics, you can mix. It's not like you got to match, like if it's an RV69, it's not like you could take an RV09 and mix it together. See, somebody said something, but I cannot read what that says. I'm so sorry. My phone is, I don't know what is wrong with my phone. It's so dark. But I will look later and answer any questions somebody may have later. Now, I'm just going to make these sort of bright so that they kind of stand out in these colors. See there? What's cool, you can always add some of the Brutus Monroe, like glitter glaze. It comes in a jar like this and a bunch of different colors. But you could take like a little toothpick and just dab a little of the color and just kind of pluck it on the little smaller pieces. Oops. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with my flowers. I'm going to do a little polka dot thing, whatever this is called. I'm going to do it with the bigger ones. Add that. Flip this over. And I really like the color scheme. I don't know if you can hear my dog barking. He barks at everything. I tend to order a lot of stuff, and the delivery people do not like delivering the packages to my door anymore because they say I have a demon dog. I do not have a demon dog. He is just protecting his family, as what all dogs should do. But anybody comes near the door, he is pouncing on that door like he's about to break through it. He just loves his family. He doesn't like anybody touching his door. See? And you can see that better like with the flower. The little sparkly and the gel pen. I think I just like making the dots. And then, like I said, you make like a big X or a big slash. Sometimes what you can do is like maybe like the shape of it. There's like just do a little outline, a little dot. See? And I don't know, it just kind of, I just can't think of a word. It just sort of brightens it up. It just makes it look really neat. A lot of people say it's high on sparkle. Okay. So this is what I have. So this is the finished look. Now I'm going to be taking this and matting this against a piece of, I guess like forest green cardstock that I already went ahead and folded. I'm going to add some glue to this, to the back of it. This time I was prepared. I made sure my glue wasn't clogged. Last time it was clogged. And then when I get all messed up, then I just get all frantic and spastic, and then I start just freaking out. And I'm going to mat this here. Ugh. See, you can look at it this way. There we go, baby. There we go. Glue that down. And see, you have a nice, pretty like background. You can leave it up, well, not leave it up. You can make it landscape or you can make it vertical. I'm going to do it landscape, and what I did was I stamped from the stamp set the sentiment that says live life in full bloom. And I already pre-stamped that and matted it against a piece of black cardstock. And I'm just going to add this, you know, somewhere on here, sort of off to the side there. And my sentiment, just like this. Just like that there. And I'm going to stick this on my finished card, just like this here. And see, and you have just a nice, pretty card made from one simple stamp. And you know, by just stamping it all the way around it, you can make a really nice background. Now, not sure what time it is, but I had prepared some stuff because I want to show you just another quick card you could possibly do. I cut this piece of black cardstock, and I'm going to be using this, oh, thank you very much, this vintage tile stencil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Brutus Monroe pigment ink. I need to buy more aqua pigments colors. I tried last week, but I messed it up, so I got to get more colors. I'm just going to stamp this on one of those, like, whatever, mixed media mats. Just dab on a little color of this aqua pigment in Cactus. This stuff's really great. I love it. I love it. Oh, great. Thank you. And just add some of this on there. And I'm going to take a little blending brush. And actually this is, yeah, that's what I wanted. Sort of swish, where's my little thing? Sort of mix the color in there. And the pigment ink sort of gives it a chalky look with the aqua pigment color. Then you get your nice little color. And I just kind of swish it around like that. And I'm going to put this on this card here. I'm not going to do the whole, well, actually, maybe I will. Because what I'm going to do is add a, maybe not. I'm going to be adding a die cut to this. And I'm just going to add, ew, that's a lot of white. Ooh, too white. But with the black, against the black paper, it looks really, really pretty. Okay, hold on just a second. My dog is gonna nuts. Bluey, good gracious. Come on, come on, come on. Jiminy Cricket. Gosh. He was starting to whine loudly. Sorry about that. But he was not gonna stop if I would not let him in. He stays in my craft room with me until I'm ready to go to bed. He will sit there on the floor. He's my crafting buddy. So, I'm going to add some more of this. Because basically I'm just using this to sort of make a, just a background. So lift this up and see. You can see how nice this is. And when it dries, you can see like the color a little bit more. So now what I did was I cut a piece of white cardstock that I'm going to mat this up against. See, I had practice earlier to make sure it came out right. And you can see, because this part dried, you can see how you can see the tinge of the blue from the pigments. I'm going to glue this on here. Comes out really nice. It's just a really nice sort of chalky but like shimmery look. I'll glue this on here. Like this here on my card, because I'm just trying to create like a decorative background. And then what I did was I'm going to be sticking this against another piece of black parsa, but I'm going to trim some of the white edges. I don't like it's a little bit too much white, so I am going to trim a little bit of this white off. Just so that you can see the black card a little bit better, so that it comes through a little bit better. These pieces away. Oh, oops. Where's my opening here? Oh, that way. So, oops. Gonna glue this on this way. Let me stick this on here. Dun, dun, dun. And this is, you know, what you can create. Two really pretty cars, and you know, in a short amount of time. It doesn't, you know, a card doesn't have to take you hours, you know, to do. A lot of people kind of get scared with how to use all the different stuff, but it's not bad once you really get a hang of it, you know, it comes easy, and you can use it to create such pretty things. And see, a nice little simple background. Then I took the Hearts Petal die and I die cut it. I cut the top of it. This is the die here and what it looks like. I cut this in white, not white, silver foil paper. And I am going to glue this onto the white that I cut out with the background piece of the die. I'm just going to glue this on. In total, you know, even though, you know, I know it's a little, because I cheated a little bit by having it, what is this thing, pre-cut. But I would say it's not going to take you more than 10 minutes or so. You can make some really nice, very pretty, unique looking cards. I try to create things that are different, or try to find different uses for the products, or something that is not intended to be used. I try to, you know, think outside the box a little bit. Sometimes I do really well and it comes out great, and sometimes it doesn't. But the funny show don't come out. Well, I think it's not great, but then other people actually like it. I'll be sitting there going, oh my God, that's ugly. And I post it, and for some reason, people actually like it. Okay. I think I got all the tiny pieces, and someone keeps calling me. That's the bad thing about doing a live on your phone. You need to tell people, please do not call me between 8 and 9 o'clock. Well, 8 to 9:30 at least. Okay, and I'm going to glue this on here, just like so. Now, what I'm going to do is I just took this simple, you know, little piece like this, and I'll put this in the middle of my card here. Glue this down. And I'm going to put this in the middle, like, because I want the stencil that I brushed on there to kind of, where you can kind of see it in the background. I'm just going to glue this on here. And these are all items that come in the great subscription kits that Brutus Monroe offers. And with this one, I am going to stamp since it's a heart, a simple sentiment. I am taking, and it says always love you, and it's from this set here, which is the the I'll Love You set, Brew 4258. I'm going to stamp this using the pigment ink that I have seen. Oh, there it is. Thought I lost it. No, not the pigment ink. Where is the black? I've lost my black ink. What the heck? Hold on a second. Stamp this. Stamp this on here. I lost my ink. I don't know what I did with my little cube. And then I'm going to cut this to size. I'll do this first and make sure I cut it. And sometimes with my sentiments, I don't cut it straight. Sometimes I cut it like maybe a little way to give it a funky little kind of shape. I like doing that sometimes. Like this, you know, just a weird funky shape, just to give it a different kind of look. And I'm going to, I should matte this, but if I matte it against black, you probably aren't going to be able to see it. So I think I'm going to matte this against a piece of the, maybe a different color piece of paper. Well, if I put it in the middle, yeah. I think I'm going to matte this against a piece of black paper and put it in the middle. Because if you put it, I think if I put it like somewhere here or there, you're not going to be able to see it at all. I'm going to cut this out. Like so, nice and easy. Just like that. And I'm going to put this in the middle of my card that I just did. And what something cool you can do, but probably won't do that now because it's not going to dry, is you could take, see how you have this die here? Because I've done it before. It looks wicked cool. I was going to do it, but I screwed up how I had this on at first. If you took your die and laid it down, say you cut the white background, you lay this over the top, you can take like this glitter glaze and use the die as a stencil, and it's going to get into these like little nooks and crannies here, and when it dries, it's so wicked cool. I made a card like that before. I'll have to show it, but yeah, you can, you know, put the glitter glaze within here and it'll give you a really cool looking look to it. And I'm going to put this here in the middle and there. And see, there's another nice simple card that you have. Really simple to make. And I hope everybody liked my live and it wasn't too painful. And I hope to see you next Thursday. Thanks for watching. Bye.